said to have gotten his freedom. So the federal government discontinued the 5 years long case against him, and he had the following to say. But before I play it, there's something of interest to me. After the matter against him was discontinued, even before then, he has been shouting that they must free Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately the matter was continued against him, he's still saying the same thing. And I want to discuss it. But before then, let's hear what he first had to say after this discontinuation of the sham trial against him.
The federal government has decided to discontinue with this party is pursuing the issue of treason against you due to the Revolution Now protest that occurred about 5 years ago. I want to get your first reaction to how it feels to finally be free from all of this.
Well, I want to say clearly that I wasn't freed. I freed myself by ensuring that I didn't allow the government to break me. But the truth is that what they wanted was to obtain conviction without trial. That they did get. They got me restricted to for 5 years. To Nigeria for 5 years, seized my passport, and ensured that my regular life was disrupted to a large extent. It affected my family immensely. A brother of mine during that period was killed under still unknown circumstances on the Benin Road. My mom had a stroke over this issue and she's still down. I lost everything that is possible. And within the period they were doing all this, they broke my nose, you see a scar on my face, they shot at me with a federal riot gun. And they came to court in 2019, the DSS abducted me in front of a judge.
Shall I get started now? Okay. First off, I want to ask a question. Why is Sowore so interested in Nnamdi Kanu's freedom? Somebody called me. I personally found that Nnamdi Kanu's matter became so controversial. And why did I find it controversial at some point? And I decided to say, well, for some, so that people don't start interpreting it differently, let me still watch and find out what is going on. Somebody called me from abroad. And he said, please, I know you are a supporter of Sowore. And I know if you want to reach him, you can reach him. Please tell him, I like him a lot. I follow him. I'm an ardent supporter. But I don't want to hate him. I have started seeing him going to court for Sowore. I said, what's the problem with that? He said, well, he said he lost 2 family members in a week, 1 week. He said he's Igbo. He has family house in the southeast. He said his uncle was a senior police officer, that the ESN went to burn down a police facility, and his uncle had, was within the facility as of the time, so his uncle died in that attack. He said 2 days after, police and joint military task force went into the bush to scout for DSN members, and also attacked, and his younger brother, who also happened to be sympathetic to the DSN, was also there at the time, was also killed. He said why he's so angry was that in all of this, Nnamdi Kanu was sitting abroad. I'm using his language now. Sitting abroad and collecting donations, equipping the boys to go and be killing their family members. He then said he is not sure that the so-called Fulani that they said they were fighting against were the ones they were killing, but instead they were killing their own brothers under guys that they were, what do they call it, infidels, whatever. Well, I said, well, while I don't, I am not advocate of picking arms against the states, but I also understand that it can be so emotional for those who have lost family members under this. At the same time, I also understand that when federal government has pushed people beyond certain measures, sometimes you can't dictate to people how to defend themselves when it becomes extreme action against them. Look at the people of Niger Delta, for instance. If for how long they were calling for derivation, the very derivative principle that they deserve some percentage, and federal government wasn't listening to, or they were giving pitances that they found was not pleasing to them. At the point they became militants. And that became a template that others decided that whenever we act and federal government is not listening to us, then they are pushing us to take the extreme measures. Again, while I do not support violence, what we are asking for is, why is it that when people are agitating, federal government does not listen until people resort to violence? What then is the duty of government? So somehow, the blame may still go back to doorstep of the government. When these people are agitating for whatever, is it self-determination or anything? And you are not listening. You are not even inviting them to the table. At least let's talk. Jonathan started confab. And they were saying, no, it is not, of Nigeria is not negotiable. And some recommendations made at the confab. What were the outcomes? Oh, how far with the implementations? We are still here. But these people have been agitating for so long. What are we doing about the agitations? Instead, it will be Python dance, this dance, that dance, and all that. And these people are saying, this is not what we asked for. A call to table, federal government. A call to table. But that is on one side. Now, back to the people who truly want genuine change. I want to ask a question. Why is that it is only the Sowore that you hate that is fighting still, even when it is not comfortable to do so openly? Among all your so-called politicians, that is still doing so openly with chest to say, free him. Where are your so-called elites? The man you abandoned in Nnamdi Kanu for during the election. Invite him, ask him, press him. Because there are feelers that it is Igbo elite or so-called Igbo elites that are behind Nnamdi Kanu's frame for arrests. And it's still there. Otherwise, the federal government will just say, want us to release him well. But some will go behind and say, no, don't release him. Hold him, lock him up, throw the key away. But the same people will be instigating you against others, giving you pitances. You'll be appreciating, you'll be hailing them. You'll be saying, oh, this one, that one. Sometimes when I see people write comments on social media, I don't want to talk. I just read the comment, I'll go and click the profile of the person. I'll click the profile. They will be wearing suits. Some of them, even the background is UK or some part of Europe or America, They will look fine. They will write good English. They will wear suits. Some will wear the red cap, But you will not see the comments. There's no justification for the look. There's no correlation. You say, what this person looks like, and they write good English. But the contents they are writing, you wonder whether they are engineered to write it or whether they don't have. You understand? I'll just say, well, at the end of the day, why do Nigerians abandon their freedom fighters during election especially, to start following the same people who are acting under pretense? Why? Let election come now. They will say that man is not, they will say, we like him as a freedom fighter, but we still love the people punishing us. holding the power, using it to punish us. We still like them. We don't want him, he cannot rule us. No. We only like him that whenever they want to kill us, whenever they want to, he should come in and say, no, 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 don't kill them. Release the rope. Don't stifle them too much. Release it small. That is what Nigerians want. They want somebody that will just be on the corner and say, no, 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 we are stifling it too much. You want to kill them? Release it small now. Release it small now. That is the only kind of people Nigerians are looking. They don't want that person that wants them to be free, to become their leader, because they don't even genuinely seek freedom. Nigerians don't genuinely seek freedom. That's why I kept looking at all these days. They don't seek freedom. They just want freedom fighters on one side. They want their punishers to remain in power, but the freedom fighters should only momentarily come and say, do you want to kill them? Release it small now. The rope is too tight. Release it small. That's what they want. But they don't want to be free, really. That is what Nigerians want. That is why the title of my next broadcast will be No Support for the Oppressor, but No Pity for the Oppressed. People are shouting now. Hey, it's too cost, oh, dollar don't go up. It affect this. Motor don't cost. This one don't cost. Rice don't cost. Fish don't cost. That one don't cost. Even water. To drink water in Nigeria now is expensive. Exactly the reason while we don't support the oppressor, I no longer have pity for the oppressed. They don't really want to be free. The oppressed do not really desire to be free. Let election come now. The power is in their hand. They still say, go and sit down. He's good as an activist. You should just be shouting for us whenever they want to kill us. But you should not free us. That's Nigerians for you. You should not free us. We know the politicians, they should be the one entitled to be in power. He is entitled to just be shouting for us and going to jail. That's the only thing he is entitled to. Not to free us. You don't want to be free. The other day we were asking here, the Obitinuku folks were asking, what is Tinubu's policy on subsidy? What is his policy on education? They say it doesn't matter. It is Yoruba turn. And say, is it, even if you want to zone it, should it be just any Yoruba? I didn't know that Yorubas there. They say, no. The same thing, the obedient folks, they are just Southeastern, counterpart of the same clique. We asked them, okay, this Obi man, what is his policy on education? I'm coming from students' background, for instance. We know how many times we have been fighting against increment in school fees. We don't want increase in school fees. We want federal government to take responsibility for educating the masses of citizens. Do you understand? So we want education to be free. What is Obi's policy on education? They say it doesn't matter. And I went to listen to Obi and I brought it out and I played it. Obi is saying that federal government should have no business with funding education. I said, I have the video. I played it here, people started abusing me. Oh, tribal bigot. I said, no, I'm comparing. Obi, Tinubu are saying the same thing. What is their policy on subsidy? You say it doesn't matter. It matters when Tinubu says it and we criticize it, but it doesn't matter when Obi says the same thing. The moment we stop discussing policy and start discussing tribe, this is where we will be. And it doesn't matter whether Obi or Atiku is the person in power. As far as it is the same wicked policy of removing the subsidy on public goods, you land in the same shit. The only thing that will be different is that while Baptists are defending Tinubu and suffering, it would have been obedient defending Obi and suffering. It would have been the same shit. That's the only difference. Otherwise, policy speaking, they are the same people. We are coming from a background we fought against military, we fought against dictatorship, we fought against removal of subsidy, we fought against... So we are discussing policy of who wants to come to power. You say it doesn't matter. So we should throw away all those ideological bases or background. We should just throw all of those away and be looking at tribe. How debasing. How debasing. Now look at the shit everybody is in. It doesn't mean people will still not want to repeat the same thing. No. They may see next election and say what Tinubu has done his own. Some will even say, well, let him complete his 8 years. Some will say, no, he doesn't have to complete his 8 years. At least he has done. Let us also do. And who are the horse they are talking about? Another class person in their tribe. Talking about class issues. Did you guys notice how Pastor Adeboye hurriedly went to go and greet the late Access Bank CEO, is he MD or CEO now, Wigwe, went to go and greet their family. Did you guys see the report? The picture? They have been slaughtering people in this country for long. It was not important. You just come to pulpit and ask you to continue to pray and ask you for more offering and tithe. They give you more prayer points. You will come and meet them in the church. Whatever it is you are going through. But we go a billionaire, died in plane crash. Adeboye took off. He went to the family house. It's a class issue. And I ask again, what is Obi's position on Nnamdi Kanu's freedom? I should not talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry. No, this is the time we will know whether we truly want to be free or we are just all playing to the gallery. What is Peter Obi's position on Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention? Sowore is speaking out. Tell your favorites to come out and speak. Don't just hide on that keypad. You are not calling Peter Obi house to come and also speak for Peter. Let us know his position. You are not using that keypad to tag him, to say, sir, we supported you during the election. Yes, you are our favorite. But we want to know your position in Nnamdi Kanu's matter. Come out and bombard him the way you always troll people. Troll Peter Obi. Let's hear what is his position. Sowore is speaking out. We all know Sowore's position. Every time we wake him up midnight, is the same consistent position. What is Peter Obi's position? Small time now, when I go talk say na tribal issue. Who is talking tribe here? Ever since we've been fighting, did we talk tribe? Sowore has been fighting for how long? Has he ever come here to discuss tribe with you? Have you ever seen him anywhere discussing tribe? And I go just come start tribalizing everything. Okay, oh yeah, go tribal now. Your tribesman. At least Sowore is not your tribe, Abi. Okay, fine. But we all know his position. What is the position of Peter Obi on Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention? Call him out. But I know you will not do it. We know you. We know what you are doing. You are gaming yourself. You are all just gaming yourself, and you think you are doing right. You are gaming yourselves. But I don't want to talk too much, I don't want to talk too much because they go begin write. You go see their comments now. You go check their profile. You go see they look like person with the Germany, with the UK, with the US. But their comments, you go just say something is off. So I don't want to talk too much. Maybe they no go begin her farm. It's a simple request. We know Sowore's position. If you like, say it's not Yoruba. Yorubas can deny him and say it's a job. When the federal government decided to discontinue the case, I saw some comments saying it's because it's Yoruba. Suddenly it's no longer a job. It's because it's now Yoruba. Okay. At least he's saying something. He's asking for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. What is Peter Obi's position on Kanu's continued detention? Here will be. Let's hear Obi now. But I know you. I know you. We know now. Now your game, now your way. We know now. I just leave on like I beg. I'll see you another time. My next topic. No support for the oppressor, no pity for the oppressed. Watch out.